In response to feedback received from teachers on the course curriculum survey, administration has brought back the ability of teachers to recommend placement of their current students into next year's classes. Each of you will receive an email that will look something like this. It will have a link to the video that you're watching now, as well as a link to the page that will uniquely identify you to the system and will show you, in this case, for example, it's Mr. Balsman. He teaches two separate course numbers, geometry and algebra. When he clicks on the geometry button, it will take him to a list of all of his students, and here I've disguised the names, but you'll see them in alphabetical order by period, and you can see I'm going to go to the bottom here. He's got two periods in it, and at the bottom is the submit recommendations. You need to hit that to save any of the work that you have. You'll be able to come back and edit it later, but you do need to hit that. Now, a couple other features on this screen is one is the ability to view the student's transcript. When I click on that button, I'm going to see the transcript through the second semester grades or first semester grades for that student. I'm also going to see the normal progression as the default. If I did nothing on this page but hit the submit button, it would save the normal progression for each student. However, if I want to recommend something different for that student, I would click the drop-down list, and you're going to see the normal progression, more rigorous and less rigorous if they exist, or alternative progressions. For example, for a language class, it might say no further Latin as one of the recommendations. So if I do change the recommendation, I do need to put a reason in. And I'm going to put here grades under 65, but in a second I'm going to show you where you're going to see the course guidelines, so you'll have those right in front of you. You probably all have copies of them, but this is available to you online. If I look right there under at the top, click here for guideline, departmental guidelines. This is a guideline for each, it differs for each department, and it's up to date, and it will tell you what the guidelines are for recommending a student for next year. Once we put in our guideline or our notes for the reason that we're changing the recommendation, we can put notes in for any student. We can change any of the recommendations, but even if you don't change it but just want to make a comment, you can put that in, and only the guidance counselors will see that, not students. So when we're done, we're going to submit the recommendations, and this saves the record, and it saves the normal recommendation for each of the students unless you've changed it to something else. Now, once we've done this, we can either go back, quit if we're all entirely done, or you can edit that particular class that you were just in, or you can select the second class to do. In this case, he would select, Mr. Balsman would select Algebra 2 and go from there. That's all there is to it. If you have any problems, contact your department head or me. Thank you.